music, shows, relationships, fame, happiness, music.
Okay, so in this video I'm basically going to be sort of discussing and breaking down and sort of comparing music videos. I've got 3 music videos here. I've got one by Logic, one by Macklemore, and also one by Tom Rosenthal, which is playing right now. They're all very different in terms of music, so this is why I've sort of gone for these 3. They're all very sort of away from each other in terms of what they do and what they want out of their music, so I think they're a very good 3 to sort of compare and show differences with. So yeah, the song playing right now is Tom Rosenthal, Run for Those Hills, Babe. I'll let you have a listen and I'll get back.
Just to ride, dive in, the water might be lovely. Go keen and go boldly, go wherever they sing.
Okay, so you can clearly see that this song is very sort of slow paced and quite peaceful in a way. It's something that's very sort of nice to watch, and the one thing I like about this music video so much is the visuals really match the lyrics. Obviously the song title as well, Run for Those Hills, Babe, and it's just a girl running through the hills basically. So there's never a sort of moment where it doesn't make sense, because the whole music video makes sense and it's just very like sort of nice to listen to, and with the music video with it as well, it just makes the song even better. Okay, so this is the next music video I've chosen, Macklemore, Glorious. It's such a sort of positive video, and it sort of gave off a lot of messages, which is sort of what Macklemore wanted to do with this music video. You know, just to show that he had a lot of love for his grandma and just really wanted to make her happy, so he showed that a lot in this video, even if it was staged, which I could imagine it was to make it as good as it was, so a lot of it would be staged. I mean, to go and do all the things they did wouldn't happen just like that. But either way, the music video was just such a lovely video, and the song as well is really nice. The reason I've chosen this music video is basically because the other 2 that I've chosen don't have a huge storyline. The Tom Rosenthal music video, the lyrics match the visuals, or the visuals match the lyrics, but there's no storyline behind it. And the same with the Logic one, which I'll show you in a minute. That doesn't have a storyline either. But this one has a sort of constant continuity throughout the whole thing, where there's just something to watch, and I quite like that.
Legend is Exodus, searching for euphoria, trudging through the mud to find the present, no ignoring. I got 20,000 deep up in the street like we some warriors. My mama told me never bow your head. I feel good.
Okay, so as you can see, they've definitely put a lot of effort into this music video, and I feel like the music video made a huge impact on the song. A lot of people were talking about this music video and it got shared around a lot. So yeah, I mean, I guess Macklemore got what he wanted really with this, and that's why it worked so much. So yeah, as many people, I know a lot of people will say it's like obviously staged, which it is, but you just sort of have to forget that, and yeah, if you forget that, then you'll realise how sort of amazing this video is. But if you do start thinking about how it's all staged and she had to put on smiles here and there, but at the end of the day, you still made a video about her, so okay, so this is the last music video out of the 3. This is Logic. Mind of Logic is the name of the song, and yeah, it's just very different to the other 2, and you'll see why straight away.
Music.
Okay, so straight away you can see that it's completely different to the other 2 in terms of editing. A lot of it's done in post-production, a lot of effects used. and cutting, obviously, because Logic is known for the beats that he uses in his music. So it'd be silly not to have a music video that sort of snaps to the beat every beat, basically. And yeah, it's very fast paced, and that's why I love this music video so much, and the song in general. But the first thing that I want to talk about is styles, and styles between the 3 different music videos that I've chosen, and there's big differences between them. So the first thing straight away is you can see that 2 of them have things called trailer bars or cinematic bars or whatever you want to call them, big black bars basically, top and bottom of the screen, and that adds a very cinematic look to the video. And this is one big difference with Tom Rosenthal. He never really uses black bars in his videos. That's what I like about them. They're very pure and raw in a way, and it doesn't feel overly edited or edited at all, with comparison to the other 2, Macklemore and Logic. They feel like they've really gone into post-production mode and they've sat down for a while and gone through the editing, but with the Tom Rosenthal one, it just feels very sort of straight from the camera, and it's like his music, it's just very simple. So
don't get me wrong, I think about other things, but this is how I fuse it, so the whole wide world can use it.
now the next thing I want to talk about is conventions between the 3, and this is all to do with sort of meaning behind the lyrics and stuff. So Logic is very good with putting meaning behind the lyrics, and I think that this song, he's sort of talking about himself and he wants everyone to know about how he feels. That's why he goes through music, love, friendship and stuff like that. He starts talking about it, just to sort of inform people like what he's gone through. In contrast with the other 2, I think that the Glorious by Macklemore, I think he's sort of talking about himself in this video. Many people might think it's just all about his grandma, but if you actually listen to the lyrics and read them, a lot of it's to do with himself. For example, he says, I'm on my wave, get out my wake, I'm running late, what can I say? And that sort of basically means that he's sort of on his wave of fame, and he's very well known, and he went through a phase of being very well known on the radio, so I think that sort of got to him, and he stopped making music a bit, but he also says at the very start of the song,
You know I'm back, like I never left. Another sprint, another step, another day, another breath. Been chasing dreams, but I never slept.
So he says that, and it was basically around the year of like 2016 or 2017, when he stopped sort of making a lot of music, and yeah, I think he's just come back with this song basically just to say to people that he is still here and he's still making music. So yeah.
Run for those hills, babe. Let go of the dark days, let go of the world.
Now with Tom Rosenthal's song, I don't actually know the genuine meaning behind it, but I'm just sort of going to take a wild guess and say it's to do with the girl. But I think it has a deeper meaning. It could be something to do with one of his friends in the past. He's had a bad past of some sort, and run for those hills basically just means forget the past and just keep moving forward. And it basically says that in the lyrics if you go and read them. This next part here,
it all comes when it wants to, not when you want it to, at the strangest times.
now I think that could sort of mean that good things happen, but you can't force good things to happen, they just sort of come whenever, but it can also link to sort of bad things happening as well. Like bad things don't always just come out of force, they happen, and yeah, I think that's what he says there, and it's quite a strong meaning behind it, depending on how you sort of interpret it. I think that's one thing I love about Tom Rosenthal, that his lyrics you don't actually understand, but I think everyone else has their own interpretation of them, and that's what I love. Now the third and final element, in which I'll be talking about with the 3 music videos, is techniques, and this is all to do with sort of post-production, as well as production, and the visual side of things, cutting to the beat, miming the lyrics. Lip sync is one thing that's very, very important, and also camera movement as well. There's a big difference between camera movement in all 3. Right here you can see that Logic throughout the music video there's sort of like a gimbal or a stabilizer with just a follow cam throughout the whole thing basically. Just someone filming him through the streets and also on rooftops. Okay, so right here there's quite a lot of camera sway. I think it's just sort of showing that Logic is dominating the audience basically, and sort of throwing them about with his lyrics. And I think that's basically why the camera's swaying so much. It's sort of out of control. With Macklemore's music video, I think that the shots are very simplistic compared to the Logic one. There's no crazy camera movements at all, and it's just a very high production sort of vibe that it gives off, and I think they just really wanted to show more of the picture and what's happening in it than sort of the camera movement. Although I say that the camera shots are very simplistic, this shot right here is something quite unique. It's almost as if there was sort of like a crane over the back of the car. It could also just be done by a person sort of like standing or holding a camera very high up, but judging by it, it was very smooth, which obviously requires some sort of gimbal. That's why I thought of the crane. So yeah, there were quite a few unique shots in the music video, but yeah, in the end I think it was just all about what was happening in the video and not more about the editing or the camera movement. In Logic's music video there's a lot of editing, post-production editing, and it sort of makes up for it because the video without it wouldn't really make sense, because the song is so sort of abrupt and upbeat, so all the screen pumps and syncing just really makes up for it, and it looks amazing. So yeah, there's a lot of twitching and screen pumping, and then again it's just completely different to Tom Rosenthal's music video. Just so much more simplistic, and you can really listen to the song without having to adjust your eyes to some crazy twitching or screen pumping on the screen. It's just all very raw and pure, so that's what I like about it. But obviously every music video is done in their own way, and yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this. This was my sort of comparing between 3 different music videos in terms of styles, conventions and techniques, and yeah, there's a lot that goes on behind music videos, so yeah, thanks.
Made moons ago, somewhere behind those skies.